80 degrees. And I'm loving it. Wood, today. And they forecast look good all in the 90s. Very little chance of rain. Look at that. Magnolia blooming. Start, look at that. The flowering crabapple. Rose carrot. Maple tree. Walnut. Elm. Maple. You see rock castles right here. From that. Gumball trees. Green. There's no trespassing anymore. I like to look at the rocks. Right here anyway. Peacock. So many memories with people right here. I never walked in that yard. Ooh, this field right here. Last year. What's up, who's here? Hey, Candy. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, I'll message you when I get back. We got a bunch of mushrooms that need cooking. So, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I thought I'd walk down here for a while. I found mushrooms down here a few times already. Look at these wild strawberries, how big they are. Big. When I was a kid, I mean, I lived down in Chadwick, Snowfield. I used to eat every morning. And the only difference is to get more seeds. So, got a lot more seeds on. And, they're not as sweet as regular strawberries, but they make sugar. Yeah, I'm going to eat them right now because I don't care. I'm eating them because they're good for you. And they're not GMOs, you mean? Not got man's touch on it. The human spirit needs to be in nature where man hasn't rearranged things, where it doesn't have a man on it. And then only for God. That's a lot. Oh, it's rain. Look at that. It's as big as it gets. I don't know. They're everywhere. They're like, you're following them. Take your time and take the seeds off them. The Bible, God said, eat the fruit and the seed. Eat fruit. Look at a lot of strawberries. Wow. How big these are. What's that, mystical? Look at this. How big that one is. Holy crap. That's a wild strawberry. Look at that. Man. Oh, that's good. Those are huge. Biggest ones I've ever seen. Wow. Yeah. Can't believe that how liquidy they are. Full of water. Big time. That's why they're so big. But if you could see it, all cold, probably had mushrooms. I got your last one up here. Beautiful day. Hey, what's up, Terry? Good to see you, man. You know me, just doing what I do. Look at the Martian, the taser. This is poke. This is the same thing as spinach right here. But it's better when it first comes up. I have a stalk that looks kind of like asparagus. So you can eat the stalk and everything. So when it starts getting bigger, you'll see it's starting to bloom. But smaller is better, but it takes, you have to take a trash bag full to even get, enough for a mess. So it cooks way down. And if you can't handle smells, I wouldn't do it because when it's cooking, it smells pretty horrid. I say, you're cooking toast during the day, so you can smell it. Andy lives here. You know me for a few years. I'd say still remnants in the homeless. People don't realize how much stuff is actually laying around everywhere, especially out in the woods. Except the stuff out there was a lot older. But if something happened, you had to leave. Look, they had that bottle of water, and they put Kool-Aid in it and drank it, and then just left it because it's too heavy to carry. Because they probably stole it outside of a store or something. You know what I mean? Like right there. Imagine if you were out, had nothing to drink. There's probably 2/3 of a case of water. And they'll leave it right there because no one's supposed to be in here. You know what I mean? This is there's no trespassing, but that's going to stop me. So they just come back down here. If they get thirsty and need water, like I always find one shoe out walking around, and I just never could figure it out. And they're good. I mean, the homeless guy said that if they got more than one pair, they'll like leave one here or leave one there. You go pick them up separately. people won't take one shoe and they're right. You know, they're both laying there. Somebody would grab it with his arm, you know. This thing changes when it comes rain. It's pretty calm right now. But, you know, the rocks change the floods because smaller rocks and even bigger rocks go on down the stream. So I always like that. If it rains, come back. Like in the old days, when a farmer would plow a field, after it rained, we'd all go to the field. Look, Rusty! You never know what you're going to find. I mean, the last 4 years I've been walking everywhere. Where I live now. See, like, right there. I have plenty that look like this. There's a stick right here. Anytime it has a groove like that, metric, it's a tool. Look here. Blue smartphone battery. See that? That's there's pocket to the water. But what is it, right? It's all that symmetry. I mean, nature don't come in perfect circles. I mean, not always. See that? Oh, look at this. Definitely an axe. Most of them are hand axes. You know, after you do it so long, you know, I think there's a whole lot. See that? Got wear. See the top? Yeah, put your hand, look. Where your thumbs and fingers go will be smooth. A lot of times, like right there, see, your fingers will fit perfect. And I can even tell if they were left-handed. Because when you pick them up, I usually, see, I got this, I carry them in my hand while I'm looking. Just, I don't know what it is. It just gives you that feel. Here's an old Coke bottle. Full tab. See, this is old shit. How long have you been since you popped the top on the pop bottle? I can't. Long time. The bottom will always look like sandpaper or something because it's not smooth because they've been pounding with it. And when you work rocks, they wear, so where your fingers are, or usually they'll be smooth. But I suppose they multitask though, you know. One tool might have 5 different purposes, and each edge or side, you turn it over, it did something else. Multi tools, you know, why waste time and effort? And, you know, rocks are heavy. What's up, Devo, brother? Hey, Cold Springs. On this out. Yeah, this is how high the water gets. Look out. I'll come down here so often. It's close and you never know what's going to be in here. It floods. And there's all kinds of shit always in here. Arrowheads, crawdads, minnows, artifacts. Over here behind me where that goes underneath the interstate. Last fall, I usually walk in the water, but all my shoes are wet except the ones I got on. I walk through there, and on the other side is a few houses in an old neighborhood, but most of them got tore down. I walked in there about 10 feet, and I found the perfect drill. And they also used it to keep the flap shut on the teepee. You know, it went down. But man, it's really colored good. It's unbelievable. You know, I used to have a pawn shop. I used to have a Mr. T starter kit. Like 20s DVD. And now I prefer rocks. History, I mean. And you know those black socks the commercials say they give a pair away for every pair they sell? Well, this is what happened to them. Homeless people get them, and they wear them until they're so dirty they can't take it, and they throw them off. And you see them everywhere. There's a homeless camp not too far from here, and I think right now they got it all ran off again. But you'll see those socks. I mean, if you pick them all up, you probably have 50 pairs, and they only been worn once. I mean, everything washes off. It's weird though. They want to carry around somebody else's program. Voltage. Hey, what's up, Mike? If these crawdads don't molt, they have to molt to grow. I mean, no, it's dead. All they mowed this. This would be a good thing. I found a great chicken of the woods out here last year. But the ones I found 2 days ago, I posted pictures of them, and I got 2 live streams. I still got to go back because they're so big that it only fit one would fit in the backpack. Biggest ones I ever found. Because we've had tons of rain this year. Here in the next month, the gooseberries, blackberries are huge. And great big. This used to be okay. See this? See how this meanders? A few years ago, this was a treasure fork. And down there on the inside, where I think the dump was. But you'll find every time it rains, it washes shit up. Man-made things. You know? So a brush hog this. Looking in a hurry. You see how level that is. Oh, look right there. Huh! See? Everything happens for a reason. Look, I'm only 5 minutes from my place. Look at this. Can you believe that? Thank you, Lord. I mean, I've come through here many times. Look at this. The whole thing's here. Because there's part of it. I only use the leg bones besides the skull. That's why I make hatchets and tomahawks out of this shit. Yeah, I would never guess that. I just got a wild hair. I'm gonna go walk. Feel me? This is right off the interstate in Springfield, Missouri. Just on the edge of the city limits. This actually was a credit quarter one time, and then this used to be all grown up in here, like, you know, suburban jungle. And then all the homeless people started living in here. And so, a few years ago, they came in here and ran them off and cut everything down. Now it started growing up a little bit again, and the homeless people came back. Now I think either the city bought it or when they got it to keep it fresh hog pretty good. I think we got a parking lot out of it for the zoo. This right here, this used to have a concrete foundation last year. You can see how level it is. Right here, there was a foundation. And another one over here. This one over here, though, they had to tear it out there because people kept living on it. There was a couple, there was a couple with a baby in a baby crib up here, over here. Last year, look, tree fell. Oh, that's an oak tree. Right here, I had to break all this up. You see this foundation's here. And there are people living here. There's a tent, baby crib. It's sad. See, they're still slowly clearing all this out. There's a person for a chair. See that? Even sitting there. But at night, it's a lot easier to hide. You know, they can come in here at night. That's one guy back there, but where it was, he had a tent and actually 2 tents, two tents, and he had the canvas tie out toward the road so no one could see him. But there's another watch battery, phone battery. But usually over in this area, all the homeless people, most of them are, you can call them mixed drug addicts. And that's just the truth. And most of them either get in trouble for stealing food or something, and they'll get arrested. And then wherever they were at, their camp and everything, It'll just be sitting in the river. So people slowly start taking it because, after a while, you find a tent or, anything worth keeping. But nowadays, everything's so expensive. Pretty soon it's all gone. There was a, across the street there where I go here, there was a, there's a tent over there. It was. There's a laptop, all the stuff in there, all their eating utensils, everything. I mean, obviously they went to jail. So after it was there, probably 6 or 8 months, a girl back there that was part of the homeless that lived there, some guy stole her tent. I told her about that one. She went and got it. So the next time I was out there, now everything's just laying around on the ground because it's not in a tent. But they even left the tarp where you lay down, for the tent. It was exactly we just tarp from Walmart. They're sweet peas. That's 75. Thank you. Anyway, that tent that was with the tarp. See, look, you get that right here. Look. I don't know how to try. I picked it up because you could tell it hadn't been moved. You can tell it tarp's been on the ground for a long time. So I picked it up, and underneath it was all the arrowheads they found, and all the Indian artifacts. Pretty sweet. Called bonus. 327. Got till 4. Oh, it's nice out. Oh, yeah. Sun is nothing but a charger. Ever since I was a kid. I love laying out sun. I used to take one of those little folding down lawn chairs, the couch version, take a water hose and you zip tie it around the whole chair. And you take a small drill bit and you drill holes all along the top. You know what I mean? Of the garden hose. And then you go there. So you go over there and turn, hook it up to the outlet on the house and turn it on to a fine mist. And then you just lay out in the sun. It's not hot. Then you get basic. You get red. I just burn. Look at that. Wow. I think that's rare. I think I love her. How you doing? Where are you hanging now? Hey, I walk up in the woods. Look at this is over there in the woods. Can you do that? Look. Hey, look. Seen Richard lately? Seen Richard? Are you okay? I'm not okay, but it's all right. Is he still got his car full of shit? Yeah, he's supposed to. He posted on Facebook. He said, "I don't care if I was a millionaire, I'd still love dumpster diving." Yeah. Have you seen Travis? Hey, check it out. Hey, I gotta mute this for a second. I'm live. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay. I know that chick. She, that's the homeless girl that I talked about. I gave the tent to. I don't know where it was at. She's living across the interstate in another tent. She said she's got it all waterproof and everything. She's not the only decent homeless person I've met. Like, she helps people. I mean, she's picking up all the trash off there. Look, it's all gone. She just did that. Yeah, that's kind of people that, there's not very many like that, though. And one night, we just sat and walk almost. And she had some great big, like, crock pot thing. It's heavy. Brand new. So I took it back and kept it for her. And a couple of days later, and got it. I talked to her about one of my friends across everything that used to help bring me food when he worked at the nursing home. He came home one day and his old lady and kid are gone. And, you know, they had a big house and both of them worked the same place. So he couldn't make the rent. And he got most of his stuff in storage, but now he lives in his car. Ain't got no job. Goes dumpster diving. He's a smart dude. He's like probably 6'6". But his dad was like 7'2". Had 6 toes on his feet. Yeah, so and he died young because I think from drinking. And Richard, he's like really smart, but there's a lot. What's up, Silent Lauder? So I do in the area. I walk. It's hard to look at the damn thing. Gracie Carry mission. I don't know. See if you're. I don't know how long you've been here. I found this. You know, can't happen to a better person. I'm the bone collector. And even finding it that close to the house, crazy. Because believe me, I know every square inch of the 7 mile square from here. 7 3/4 miles that way. I've walked that way. Well, farther than that way. I walked through Nixon from here. Took 4 hours. I like walking. Oh, okay. So I used to run. Yeah, I used to run. Found that right over here. Good. People are fucking scared. I ain't never been stranger. I'll talk to anybody. I used to be that way though. I was a guy when I was young, took it up. So I had a pawn shop in the flea market. If you don't can't talk to people, you're gonna go broke quick. And I used to hang out with my grandparents. You know, I've always got along with older people. Now I am them. Go to nursing homes and things and all that shit. You know, take people food, play dinners to old people, fish in old people's yards. I've always liked that. Better to give than receive. 3:32. I've done all that in 30 minutes. What the? I was longer than that. I ain't done this. Taking back to 4. Gotta hide this. Too hot. There's probably anybody out here looking. Stick it in the back of my truck. Hell, 30 minutes I can go around the zoo and back. Sometimes I do these walks and go everywhere and come back and it's an hour. Like, I need to slow down, but I try to slow down. And my, my throttle's been stuck for a long time. most of my life. I was married 28 years, and I know how it is now because when you have 3 kids and only one person works, I worked 2 jobs. I worked every Saturday, so I never really spent much time with my ex. I mean, when you work hard, when you're in the system, you come home and eat, and by the time shower, sit down, I think the most I ever could do it. The most I could ever make it watching a movie was like 17 minutes, and I'd be out. I didn't do that too much because my kids would paint my toenails and draw shit on me. Kind of flipped the script. Got divorced. I haven't already slept yet. Are you out? You're Hinckley, are you? What's your last name? I think I know you, don't I? No. Oh, you look. I thought I did. No. I thought you were Brandon Hinckley. No. You know him? Brandon Hinckley. He's here. Yeah, I know him. Yeah. You look a lot like him. Especially with the colors in him. My son does tattoos. He just got out and he's down at a Stratford at like a church-based thing. Nice. First place that really actually, changing. Nice. He's stealing cars and you know what I mean. Yeah, man. Yeah, he would be the doppelganger. The guy I know. I mean, I thought he was for church when he got to his foot. I told a story before. I used to go wash my car every Saturday morning, no matter what. And I think I just ate at Waffle House. And this dude on a bicycle looked worse than that guy. I mean, every inch of body's tattooed, even his face. And when you have a cigarette, that dude don't smoke cigarettes. Smoke weed. Like, oh man, start getting outside, So I just got to jail and smoking pot for 10 years. I said, well, just hang out here. You got some weed? I had some fucking chronic. And we hit a site behind like Taco Bell or somewhere. And I took for a ride. The kind of thing got high and listened to music. I mean, he was basted. And I talked to him. He's a good guy, actually. Like he told me he just lived poor and that kind of their own shit. So then I took it back and I don't know, it's probably like a month later. I see his mugshot thing. It says something about most wanted man tattoos or something. It was crazy. I was like, wow. You never know. But, you can't treat everybody bad in life. You won't have no friends. I mean, even bad people have to have people that they treat right? I think if you put anybody in the right predicament, they're going to be a hero. No one's going to let a kid drown. And if you hate people, I don't think your basic instinct would let someone drown in front of you. No matter what, you would just run and do it without thinking. I just got to hope people are that way. If they weren't, because they're hardening of their heart. It's all about the heart when it comes to shit like that. If you've been through something in your life, weird things that you do, I could see someone when they get weak and want revenge, and just basic bad things for the Lord. And that in the evil, and you won't even know it. I believe it. And then you got somebody else pulling your strings, puffing your ego, making you hate your mom and dad. And people are so dumb now. Not really dumb, but brainwashed. They're smart the wrong way. The shit they believe is something that they told so long that people believe it's true. Society has changed. Things that were totally against everything are now acceptable. And people that are born into it, they don't know no difference. Well, my generation people, They're a little younger. They're old enough to know how the world used to be when there was more good than bad. They don't know. That's the one. They don't know. But they can't really accept anything because they don't know. They never lived in that world that we did. Where you didn't gossip, didn't talk about nobody, helped everybody. Go build a house on a weekend for someone's house get burned down. Or something like that. Used to the church used to feed people, give them a job, and then the government could see it as what the problem was. So the government come up with welfare, Medicaid, boys club, the YMCA, and then they took over the old caregiver. The kids lost respect for the parents, grandparents, because the government takes care of them, sends them a welfare check, gives them income tax return, and so they base all their shit on money for the values and loyalty and love. So they're playing video games, watching all these movies, and all the hate. By the time they're ready to leave the house, they're ingrained with that shit. And it's in there, if they use it or not. And then things in life will bring it out because it's already there. And whenever you let all that bad shit outweigh the good shit, scales are going to teeter totter to one side. Kind of like driving, you get in the ditch. You got to work hard to get out of that rut. And if you don't pay attention when you first get out of the rut, you're going to go right back in that rut. Sometimes you can only go in the rut so many times before you hit a culvert or a bridge. And then what? Too late. Can't wait. Now's the time, because what if you don't wake up in your sleep and you're not right with whatever you believe in? But that's why you always got to be right with God, because He'll let you keep going down the wrong path. He might even clear the way for you because you've done the wrong thing. He's not going to stop you. You got free will. If God helps those who help themselves, you got to ask. People think it's forgiven. You can't just wish that if it's all right. I mean, if you never ask God for anything, for help or anything, you wonder why you haven't gotten it? Pretty simple. It's pretty simple to believe in something and it don't exist and don't believe in it did. I mean, what's wrong with the Bible? Oh, it's written by man. Well, then man knew that they were talking about. You sound like you trust man, then why don't you trust the Bible? If man wrote it, what's wrong with man? You hate your people too? Think about it. Either way, if God wrote it, how can you lose? His basic guidelines are simple. I mean, a kindergartner can understand the basic easiness that instills goodness into you. I mean, what's wrong with being fulfilled with good things and good values and shit like that? That's what I'm telling you. When people who don't like the Bible never read it or don't understand it, and the ones that, because they got evil in them, and the evil's in the thinking, darkness, bad side, what do you want to call it, devil? Doesn't matter. Yin and yang, balance. And you can't let the balance on the positive side outweigh the balance on the opposite. You know, you can't let negative outweigh it, because then it doesn't take much to add to it to make it flop all the way one way. And you know, if there's no one there to help you take shit off the load off your back or your weight, then the load's only going to get heavier if you keep working and picking shit up. You know, every day, it's never going to get light enough. And usually, by the time it gets so heavy and you're bent over carrying that weight on your back, no one can see your face to even help you because they don't know who you are. Pretty good analogy off the top of my head. Saying shit you never said before. You don't know where it comes from. That makes sense to me. The layman's term, I get to say. This is when I get out walking and talking, and you get your cardio up, your blood running through your body. I think it gets more more places in your brain than usually, and wakes up parts of being silent because of your daily struggle. Because everyone has evil inside of them. Some just have more. You know what I mean? And I think even if you had any thinking like that, do good thoughts and good actions. I mean, they always say trust your gut, because your gut is a good part of you. The longer you think about it, the amount of evil that's in there is taken away to, can make you not do what you're going to do. It's all about being good. If you wake up every day and think I'm going to help somebody and not say anything bad about anybody and put people first before you, like we're supposed to do, that's why we're here. To help each other. I mean, you don't need money or nothing if everybody helps each other. You know? You want to do others as you would do unto yourself. Love thy neighbor as thyself. So when you act like that, you're screwing yourself. You're reflecting. All that stuff's only harming you. And the ego and pride get in the way. And they swell up over your eyes where you can't see the truth. Spiritually blindness. And then without that blood flow, that truth, your heart will start getting hard. And all this blocking of the sun, the chemtrails, and your pineal gland, when they don't work either, you don't have a chance because, your subconscious, pineal and consciousness, they calcify it, they don't work. And then if you have the hardening of the heart, it's 2 out of 3, weight thing. So, you have to be careful. What you see and what you do and what you hear, it all affects your subconscious. And your subconscious is not a logical thing. It runs on emotions and sentiment and things that make it feel good. And it doesn't have a logic, so you start doing something that makes you feel good, like anything. Cheating on your wife, drinking, partying. It puts out the serotonin for your... And then the subconscious runs 99% of the show, so it's like, hey, what's this feeling? And so if you keep doing that, it's a habit. And it'll make a habit of it quick. And then it just goes on the autopilot when you have a habit. You don't even have to think about it because you're just going to do it by habit. I mean, how many times do you talk to someone and what happened? I wasn't thinking. And they just tell you they weren't thinking. When you're not thinking, somebody else is thinking for you. Period. Yeah, black cloud. So like your parents told you things that were passed down, like what's your tone? Tone's a frequency. Yeah. If you go back through life and look at things you said in your code, they all have meaning from somewhere originally. Like fairy tales and shit. I mean, people don't change and they don't even ask why. I told this before. This guy went to the doctor's office. It was really busy, and they rang a bell. And every time they rang the bell, this guy stood up. And so after a while, everybody in the room was standing up for no reason. There was no reason, and didn't know why. And so it came back at the end of the day, and everybody was still standing up when the bell rang. Because they're like easily brainwashed, like Pavlov's theory. Ring the bell, I want to eat. Yeah. Dark clouds used to be rain. The shadows and fog. So bright you can't look at it unless I got my phone. I look at my phone again. I like the YouTube app because you can zoom in right now. You can't zoom on that StreamYard. And we had the crazy guys here. Sons. These aren't really cumulus. They're kind of puppy. I used to never talk on my videos ever. Maybe for a long time. I was in the woods or anything. I just think about it. Because I tend to rub people the wrong way and people misunderstand me. It takes a while to get to see that I don't mean no harm. I'm just really strong in my beliefs. And I grew up around, like my grandparents couldn't hear. So sometimes you're talking loud and you don't know it out of habit. It's all about understanding. Everybody else has a different perception. Like someone can be talking bad to you and they don't know it. They don't realize how they talk. So it's like they don't want anybody talking to anybody or insulting anybody. Well, if someone's totally wrong and dirty and nasty and no one ever says nothing, they're not going to quit. You call it tough love, and religious, righteous anger. Sometimes people need to hear the truth, if it hurts or not. You shouldn't, you know, kill me with the truth, but don't comfort me with lies. Having everybody say, "Why didn't you tell me?" Well, I don't want to hurt your feelings. So now look at me, fuck. You know what I mean? It's a lot worse than uniform on it. People just don't want to hear the truth anymore, and they've got everybody brainwashed where it's okay to be gay and transsexual and all the bad shit no one even used to talk about is now the agenda and push forward. In school, I don't care what anybody does, but when you start pushing it on kids and kids start acting like adults that don't even know why, you tell them they can change their gender at 8 or 11 and pay for it. God, we need you now. You think that's okay? The abortion thing, I hope it. We kill 3,000 babies a day. You don't think God likes birth is at conception? And people don't believe that. Well, you're wrong. You're brainwashed because of the feminism, women's rights. Where'd that get you? Got you nowhere. It brought you out of the house where you had it made. You could raise your kids, give them good values. Had a man that loved you. Your kids always knew you were there. And now what? You're out there working, and now the women nowadays look at the women since then, how they act. Women used to dress nice and be never cuss, fart at birth. Now girls that are young coming up, they all tell that they fuck you third grade. They cuss like men. They fight like men. There's no difference now between men and women in the mentality. They act the same. I'm serious. I've seen and women treat other women when they're like that the worse than I've ever seen a man treat a woman. I mean, they'll do the same thing to a man. I think girls beat the shit out of their old man, and they're not fighting back because you can't. If you do, someone can make fun of you for a year and you're quiet. The first time you stand up, they think you're the one doing something wrong after you took all that abuse the whole time. The world is flip flop. God's plan, He made man and woman and for woman to serve man, but in a way that, He meant for it to be take care of the kids. And the Bible says He didn't want her to stress out like man had to worry about everything and make the bills. They stay home and make their kids good kids so the world wouldn't be a good world, look like a dragon. And now look, society sucks. I'm starting to wonder if there's praying around between. I wonder if there's any way back. I really do. I don't think in this self-serving, selfie world, I don't think you can get enough people together because I don't think two people think alike anymore at all. I mean, people have never thought alike, but they at least knew what was right and wrong and didn't treat people like they do now. I've rarely had that many people treat me bad. I drop my guard because I treat people right. And usually people, you're a mirror. Be a mirror and surround yourself with good people. We got dark things left. Oh, let's call it stream across the world. Dropping the sun. Praying. Seeing it. That winter. Yeah, it's staying, but it's not staying there. I think they go way up there and spray it real high. You can't see them. I see them spraying at night. See it go across the moon. How else you ever see her? I just ain't looking. I like to rant sometimes, and if I look, you know how it is. Input changes things. What's that round thing over the green cloud? It's so bright right now. I'm not even looking up, and I got a hat on. I can barely open my eyes, and the sun's not even out. When that cloud goes by, it feels like fire on your skin sometimes. Oh, 3:52. Yeah, 8 minutes. Hey, what's up, Beacon? Sorry, guys. Let me put this down from there. Can't see out here, though. Hello, Beacon. Get to see it. Daughter. There's 5 or 6 people here. Hey, Paranormal. Yeah. Thanks, kind of dudes and girls. Candy, I'll take you on it. That's just fine. right. You can't even look at the sun behind the clouds. Simulator or whatever it is. Yeah, I can't see the screen at all. For a bit. Hey, I'm going to go live later. More likely to watch for it. But I think today is the first day it isn't going to rain. And I think for the next 10 days, we don't really have a chance. It's going to be in the 90s. But I don't know. One of these nights, when it's not going to rain, I'll do a night mission. Go out there in the woods and climb up one of them deer stands and do a live stream and other stuff to see if we can hear anything. See anything. It'll be pitch black. I mean, cool. I don't take a flashlight even that way. Can't see, you can't. People always go in the woods stealthy, like they're trying to sneak up. Well, what would you do if you were something that if someone came in there like they're going to attack you? I've never done that. I go in there like I own the place in that way, It's all about being a danger. People that get bit by dogs, there's a reason they're evil. Same way with any animal. They can sense you're good or bad. People need to learn that. The lost technology. When people used to shake hands, it wasn't to see if you had a weapon, to see if you had 6 fingers. I tell people if you study and research so much stuff, it's in there no matter what, because you see it no matter what you think you do. And then sometimes, like even weed, you get buzzed, it connects those links together. And they're usually not apart. They're apart sometimes. But I think some things just let you open up. And when you start talking, your subconscious will feed you that info that you have in there. You don't even remember reading nothing. Because all we got walking and talking, and I don't even know where it comes from. You're just talking, and it all goes together. It comes out making sense. Weird. So I'm gonna get off here. The sun's out now, and it's like making me sweat. Hey, what's up, native? Sorry, I'm gonna get off here for now. I'll be back there. I go. Everybody have a good weekend. If I don't see you again, I'm very busy. Love you all.